Hello there, soul sister. I wanted to hop in with a topic that I think is extremely important when it comes to dating and relationships. And we've talked about red flags, we've talked about green flags, and you might be thinking that's about them. And it certainly can be and should be, right? We've talked about looking for your deal breakers and deal makers and making sure that there aren't red flags about things that you know are not going to be okay for you. I want to talk a little bit about red flags, green flags from a different perspective, which is what's going on inside of you. Because at the end of the day, seriously, if you're just looking at them and watching them, not only are you in your head and going through your checklist, and you're not going to be able to relax because you're going to be like, oh, there's a red flag, there's a green flag, like you're just so in the list of, is it okay, is it not okay, should I stay, should I go, is this going to work out again? We have to have some of that, right? We have to have that discernment. Here's another thing that is so huge, and it's going to support you in such a huge way. How are you feeling? Seriously, like red flag, green flag, right? Like when you think about the game, red flag, green flag, 1, 2, 3, it's like to be able to give yourself that moment of when you're going, oh, I'm noticing my chest is feeling a little tight. Red flag, count 1, 2, 3. What's going on inside of me? Did something just happen? Did he say something that's having me in my fear? For me, I get it in my solar plexus. If someone says something or does something that just kind of rocks me in some way and has me in my fear, or some of my other shit, because hey, as much as I know, and I do know a lot, and that's why I do what I do, I'm still learning and growing and emptying out my shadow bag, right? So if I notice that there is some discomfort in my solar plexus, that's like right below your ribs, right in the center of your belly. If I'm feeling that discomfort, that emptiness, that like tightness, like somebody just gut punched me, that's a huge red flag. So if you're on a date and you're chatting with somebody, or you are talking to them on the phone, because it doesn't even have to be, face to face. If you start to notice in your body, something is calling for attention, I'm going to invite you to take a breath, count 1, 2, 3, stop, right? Like the game, and ask yourself, what's going on? And is it really something to pay attention to? Of course it is. But what I mean is, did something really happen with them? Or is it just something that's tapping into some old stuff for you? Maybe some insecurities, some doubts, some questions, some maybe I'm not ready for this, whatever it is, to take a breath into what might be stirring inside of you that's causing that reaction. And ultimately, it's some fear of some sort. So it's so important to tune into what's going on inside of you. And then, of course, the other thing is green flags. Yes. Oh, I'm noticing I'm relaxed. I'm noticing I'm sharing without overthinking. Green flags. I'm comfortable. I'm able to be open. So if you're feeling constricted and closed, red flag, something's up, what's going on? Take a breath, 1, 2, 3. Is it the past? Is it the present? Is it the person in front of you on the phone, the person you're connecting with? Or is it maybe some of the stuff that you need to look at and work with? Is it something you actually want to voice to that person? I'm noticing I'm a little uncomfortable right now. You're talking a lot about sex. And as much as I would love to have sex at some point with you, I'd like to get to know you. So can we table that a little bit and have a different conversation? Now, that may not be comfortable for you. It is for me. I've worked it. Wherever you are, no worries. All I'm saying is if something's going on inside of you and you perceive it as a red flag inside of you, there's a huge opportunity there to learn what's going on that's uncomfortable. And is it something that you need to do about it? Whether it's talk to them, leave, work on your own stuff, reach out to a coach, reach out to your therapist, reach out to a friend to work it, to be mindful of it, because that's where the growth happens. And it really is a special opportunity if you are noticing it and you could actually know what's going on and be able to share it with this person and to see how they react to it. How do they hold the space for you? Can they create a place where you can be seen and vulnerable? Now, I'm not talking about like spilling it all out and bleeding all over them, because that's not necessarily where you want to go on the first date. However, if you are uncomfortable with something, how awesome is it if you can share something about it in a safe way for you that lets them know you're a little uncomfortable, that there's some fear bubbling, and see how they are with it. Can they support you? Can they hold the space for you? Are they curious about what's going on inside of you? Do they try to fix you? Do they judge you? It's really a great opportunity. So I'm inviting you to bring home your red light, green light inside of you as well, not just looking for them, red flags, green flags, but what's going on inside of you that's comfortable. I'm relaxed. Wow, I'm having a good time. Wow, I could really open and share and giggle and just enjoy my time. Green flag, green flag, green flag. Or whoa, I'm noticing some tension. I'm noticing, like, I'm thinking about a million other things and I just want to get out of Dodge. Really important to notice. So I thought this was a good topic, and I thought this would be a nice thing to offer to you as a new way of looking at your first experiences with somebody new, or multiple experiences with somebody new, and forever experiences, even if they're not new. Because at the end of the day, if something is triggered inside of you, it is a huge opportunity to do some emptying out, to do some loving up on yourself, to do some healing, and to potentially share it with somebody. Because when you can share vulnerably, comfortably, it brings you closer together. And that's what you want, soul sister, right? You want to have that intimacy, intimacy. So that's my message for you today. If you got some value, please share it with another soul sister. Put some comments if you're watching the YouTube, or write a review. This is how we're reaching more people, and I want to help more people. So if you found some value, please share it. And I will see you next week. Mwah. Ciao.